41. B is between A and C. AB equals 2x plus 11 and BC equals 4x minus 5. And then AC is 54. Find the value of x. So, find a pen. Okay. So we need to draw a line. B is between A and C. AB is 2x plus 11. BC is 4x minus 5. And the whole AC is 54. So we know that 2x plus 11 plus 4x minus 5 has to equal 54. 2x plus 4 is 6x. We got positive 11, negative 5, so that's plus 6 equals 54. Subtract 6 from both sides. 6x equals 48. Divide both sides by 6. X equals 8. And that's what we were asked to find. 42. Find the measure of R in the triangle below. We know all three angles have to add up to 180, so we've got R plus 38 plus 90 equals 180. R plus 128 equals 180. Subtract 128 from both sides. R equals 52. 43. Solve for x and y. Anytime you see these segments like this, you know that this is the mid segment. And we told you before that the formula you can use is 2 times the mid segment equals the base. So 2 times 5x equals 20. 10x equals 20. Divide by 10. X equals 2. Now, we've got our tick marks here, so we know that 10 equals 2 plus y. Subtract 2 from both sides, 8 equals y. And we're done. 44. Two overlapping triangles here. We know the sides are going to be proportional. So for the little triangle here, we have 6 over x. We're going to set that equal to 15 over the whole bottom, which is going to be 12 plus x. So down here, cross multiply, that gives us 15. X equals 6 times 12, which is 72, plus 6 times x, which is 6x. Subtract 6x from both sides. 9x equals 72. Divide by 9. X equals 8. That's 44. 45. This figure, line D, cuts 3 lines to form the angle shown, which 2 lines are parallel, if any. We've got a 120 here. We know next to 120 has to be 60. Across from this has to be 60. And so this will have to be 120. 120, 60. So these match. It's going to have to be 100 down there, so that one doesn't. So we're going to say A and B. So A is parallel to B. 46, make a conjecture based on the given information. Draw a figure to illustrate your conjecture. X, Y, and Z are collinear, and X, Y equals Y, Z. So X, Y, and Z are on the same line. And Y has to be in the middle. And we know X, Y is equal to Y, Z. So we can make a conjecture on that. So we can say Y is the midpoint of X, Z. Line segment. 47. Use the following statements to write a compound statement for each conjunction. Find its truth value. Okay, first we're going to start off. We start writing anything to see if these are true or false. -1 is greater than 0. That is false. Measure of right angle equals 90. True. The sum of two supplementary angles is 180. That is also true. So the first one says R and P both have to be true. So R is sum of two angles is 180 and -1 is greater than 0. Since they're not both true, because they both have to be true for and, since they're not both true, the conjunction is false. Over here it says Q or P or R. So Q is measure of right angle is 90 or -1 is greater than 0 or sum of two supplementary angles is 180. If that says or, either one of these has to be true and the whole thing is true. Well, if this says measure of angles is 90 is true, so the whole thing is true. 48. Converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the following statements. We're just going to give you the symbols for this. The converse is going to be, we flip the original statement around, so that's going to be Q implies P. Inverse, we're just going to not P, not Q. And then the contrapositive, not Q, not P. The original statement is always P, Q. So converse, Q, arrow, P. And this is the part we're going to be moving. We're not moving the if and the then. Q, this is P, this is Q. So, write Q first, if, and angle is obtuse, then it equals 120. The inverse is not P, not Q, if an angle does not equal 120, then it is not obtuse. And not Q, not P, if an angle is not obtuse, then it does not equal 120. 49. Determine whether statement 3 follows from statements 1 and 2 by the detachment, syllogism. If neither one works, it's invalid. All right, let's look at the rules first. Detachment. is P implies Q. P is true, therefore Q is true. Syllogism. P arrow Q, Q arrow R, therefore P arrow R. And that's what we have here. Alright. Student attends North High School is P. Student has an ID number is Q. Josh Michael attends North High School, so that's P. He has an ID number Q. True. That is detachment. Okay. B says if a rectangle has 4 congruent sides, it's a square, so P, Q. A square has diagonals that are perpendicular if it's a square. If it's a square, Q, the diagonals are perpendicular, R. Then if it's a rectangle, rectangle has to, that's a new statement, so that's S, R, P, Q, Q, R, S, R, invalid. C, if you like pizza with everything, P. You like Cardo's, Q. If you like Cardo's, Q. You pizza connoisseur, R. If you like pizza with everything, P. Connoisseur, R. This is syllogism. And down here, number 50, it's to state the property that justifies each statement. If 3 equals CD and CD equals XY, then 3 equals XY, that is the transitive property. PS equals PS, we call that reflexive. And XY equals OP and OP equals XY, that is symmetric. And that's number 50.